This is just a regular official iRacing standings. This is a snapshot of the picture or a snapshot of the points at the start of the week. So none of the races that have been ran this week are counted right here. But the way they look here at the start of the week, Brandon Schmidt's taking over the point lead, man. He's got 1,403 points. Jason Carvillage, who's been leading for weeks, is still right there behind him, man. You got a really tight battle with Brad Mahar in third, David Cater in fourth, Kenneth Dancer rounding out your top five, Brandon Bowie in sixth, Brian Macklin in seventh, Matt Witten in eighth, Brandon Butchberger in ninth, and making into the top 10 last week, Thomas Smith. So look out for a lot of those guys. I mean, it's still a lot to shake out there in those points because some guys haven't even run the whole 8 weeks that are going to get counted. So tight stuff right there. Now let's take a peek over at these top split standings. And really, man, it's been one guy all season long and one dude chasing him for the most part. Jeffrey Parker leading the way. Amarno Vargas now 7 points back. He's going to have to get it done tonight as they're only going to have one more top split race this season after tonight. David Cater in third place, man, with Brad Mahar and E.J. O'Rourke right on his tail. Real tight race between those three. David Comstock in sixth. Jared Crawford, man, with just 2 races and 2 wins. Into the top 7, man. Jason Carvillage in 8th there. Brandon Schmidt, and then Brian Macklin rounds out your top 10. And again, not all those guys have ran every race this season, so we got a lot of little battles going on for different positions throughout it. But the guy to watch tonight for sure is Jeffrey Parker to see if he's in the race and how he does. Well, with that, I think let's bring this pre-race to a close. Let's take it down trackside for the national anthem. We'll bring it right back here to Michigan right after this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
TCO Communications, dude. I'll tell you what, the only place to get your gaming service, no contract, month to month. Get gaming tonight with Battlefield 2. Hey, Call of Duty. Do it with R-Factor. Arca Sim Racing, dude. I'll tell you what, $49 a month, no better deal anywhere. Remote access, virus filters, remote power cycle, no player limit, no bandwidth, dude. Dedicated servers. Hey, do it tonight. Give them a call, 800-859-6826. Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
All right, race fans, welcome to Michigan. Friday night B-Car Showdown, man. We got 25 drivers in what looks to be most likely the biggest split of the week. Good golly, oh Molly. We got all the ringers out here tonight. Boss man, you take a look at this field, man. You see all these sharks out here?
Oh, dude, this thing is stacked. A bunch of the pro guys, DWC, man. This race is going to be hard to win tonight. Get a top 10 out of this race, you'll be lucky, man.
Yeah, 90 laps tonight at a 2-mile racetrack. That's 180 miles. Well, this is a very fast, wide racetrack. You can see 2, 3 wide, sometimes maybe even 4 wide lookout racing. And, you know, okay, it could be big on wrecks, man. There could be fuel mileage. I mean, Michigan oftentimes comes down to fuel mileage. And I tell you what, a lot of guys are razor close on making it in one stop.
Oh, yeah, as you can see here in the practice laps, they're making a lot of guys are coming down and making green flag pit stop practice. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few of them.
Absolutely, man. We got some just some massive guys in here. I'm looking now to see Amanda Vargas is in this race, but Jeffrey Parker is not. And, oh, man, that is going to shake things up in the point standing. So we'll have to keep tabs on that all night long to see who else is in this race as far as the official B-racing standings are concerned. But out of your official iRacing B-car standings, my goodness. I mean, I'm looking at, just glancing at these names, I think of just about every guy in the top 10 is represented here. Not all of them, but just about every guy in the top 10 in points in the iRacing standings to start this week is in this race tonight. So this is going to be important for a lot of these guys, not just for tonight's race in terms of the broadcast, but this is going to have big implication in the point standings, huh?
Oh yeah, if one guy gets a good finish, he's back there in points. It'll definitely give him a shoot up. But it's the same thing for the guy in.
Oh man, yeah, this is gonna. I'm excited for this one, partner. I tell you what, let's start running through this field, man. 25 cars tonight, and on pole in front of all of them. Number 3, Thomas Smith with a blazing 39.693. Outside him is going to be the number 11 at Michael Guest.
Inside third place, Dylan Duval. Outside of him, Alex Chambrun.
Boss House Motorsports teammate Phil Jurin in the number 14, starting on the inside line. Outside him, Dwayne Vincent, the number 12.
7th place, Kenneth Dancer. Outside of him, Carson McClelland.
Greg Spears starting on the inside line, the number 19. 9th place, outside him, right out your top 10 is going to be the number 20 at David Cater.
Right behind that, 11th place, EJ O'Rourke. Outside of him, Chris Overland.
Number 1, Ray Alfala, first of the guys not to qualify. He ranked number 1 in the room, got the 1 in his car. Outside him, number 2, Thomas Lewandowski.
Row back, 15th place, Robert Hall. Outside of him, Aleski Iloma.
Chris Seymour started in 17th place, the 9 car, and outside him, Jeremy Thornton in the 10.
19th place, Richard Doucette's. Outside of him is Scott Heckert.
The next row finds 2 Brandons. Brandon Bowie in the 18th, started 21st. Outside him, Brandon 6th in the number 21.
We got 23rd place, Eric Bundy's. outside of him, Armando Vargas.
Yeah, Armando Vargas just barely making this race, man. He needed to make it, too. I tell you what, for both sets of point standings. And Zach Hudson's going to round out your field starting from pit road. So there you go. 25 hot rods about to cut him loose right here. This is going to be nuts, partner.
This is going to be pretty interesting, man. I can't wait. It should be a good night of racing.
Yeah, we're just going to have to see if it comes down to the fuel mileage like it does oftentimes, or if this is going to be a sprint race. We're going to have to find out here as the pace car is going to get out of the way and cut these horses loose, man. These guys, they're going to go hog wild. I'm thinking, man, we need to keep an eye on these dudes for the first, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps. Is going to be pretty exciting as the pace car ducks in. Green flag is out, quick start, and the 3 is off and away.
Yeah, we got them all stacked up back here 2 wide. Some looking 3 wide. Should be a good race back here.
Yeah, this is a track here where you can work the top, man. You can work the bottom. She get loose coming off them corners on the bottom, though. I tell you what, especially early on cold tires, that's what these guys are really going to have to fight with here. And early on, but I tell you, you can make hay on both the bottom or the top, or even a middle groove. So, man, it's going to be tough for these guys to get singled out like they do at a lot of tracks.
Yeah, it looks like EJ O'Rourke had some issues coming off the corner there, dropped way back. I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like he might have got a little loose or something.
Yeah, man, I don't know if he's he may have Miss Cleo there on the radio saying, "Look out, baby! There's about to be a big one." Thomas Smith, Dylan Duvall, man, those guys are lined up here. About the top 4, rather. They're lined up. You got a real wicked-looking car there, number 17, Alex Chambrone. Hey, you got that tap house sponsor. Of course, the big fights are on tonight. If you're a UFC fan, I hope you're going to go check that out. Big fights tonight. Representing Alex Chambrone in that tap house skin.
Oh, yeah, looks like a couple of them guys back there.
Partner, one in trouble.
Was it one in trouble?
Yeah, 4, Carson McClellan up in the wall slow. I'm not seeing the lights yet. It looks like everybody's still full. Well, yeah, it looks like we're full speed still. So Carson McClellan, not sure what happened to him. We may have to go dig that up. If maybe Jerry, man, if you could dig that up. 4, Carson McClellan, real strong. Seen him a lot this week. Really tearing it up out there, man. Something must have happened to him. You have to get a peek of that, Jerry. Number 4, Carson McClellan. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking back at it now, man, and I tell you what, the 4 to 25 is going to have heavy damage. The 25 is golly, who is that? Kenneth Dancer, man, another one of the top guys in the iRacing standings. He's going to take a lick too. But the 4, Carson McClellan, takes the most of it as they come together in the straightaway. It looked like a miscommunication by the spotters there. Ooh, tough break for both them guys. But we stay green as the rest of the field did a fantastic job getting by, partner.
Oh, yeah, we got, that was definitely close. Probably miscommunication between the spotters there. But we're still green. Everyone's spaced out here. Looks like everyone's doing good. They're all spaced out. Probably going to be a long green flag around here, maybe.
Dude, I tell you what, I was watching the 9 and Chris Seymour, who's running right now. Well, he slid back a few spots now. He's about 16th, but man, he just went for a big slide coming out of turn 2. He got her loose down the center of 1 and 2. She went down the hill on him, and he got on that seam and about lost the rear coming out. Made a fantastic save to the 9 and Chris Seymour just moments ago.
Oh yeah, some guys get down there and where the banking changes a little bit. There's a seam there to get. It rotates a little bit too much, and they go for a little slide.
Yeah, she treacherous down there, man. It's crazy. I've seen some guys this week that have been really good at running lower like that in the danger zone and actually making it work for them. But for the most part, that little black seam out there, everybody's going to try and keep their left side tires above that all night for the most part. Because once she gets down there, man, you're doing the river dance on the pedals. You're playing ping pong with your wrists on the wheel, man. You're really fighting her down there.
Oh yeah, we got Jeremy Thornton. He's moving through the field pretty good. He started 18th. He's up to 12th already, man. He's one to look out for later on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, you got that bright green skin saying, look at me, and he is, partner. He is on the move, that number 10 car for sure, as he pulls up right to the back of the 19 of Greg Spears, looking to get to work, as now he's going to look to the inside, going down into turn 3. Goodness gracious. He is on the move, man. He's catching them, and he's knocking them off, man, just moving forward, as he pulls up now on the 6 of Chris Orwell, coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, everyone looks single file here. Only a few making a few passes should. And I don't know. We're gonna see here. There might be a surprise caution thrown in there we won't expect. But from what we're looking like now, we can in 20, 30, 40 laps, we'll be seeing some green flag pit stops.
Yeah, for sure. And man, this is a race trailer where, I mean, these guys are going so fast and clicking these laps off. And this is a big track, but they're clicking them off so quick that if it breaks into a green flag run, I mean, this race can go and pass you by before you know it. Another one on the move, man. He's waiting. He's trying to seize the moment as the 14, but he gets a little bit of a wobble coming out of turn 4. That's Phil Juring looking to get by the 12 of Dwayne Vincent. Had it going, had to back it off for now, but Phil Juring looking pretty good here early on.
Yeah, we got Ray Alfala behind him. He's looking pretty good here. We looked to make a move when he got a little loose, but just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, these top four, partner, man. Thomas Smith leading away from the hole. Dylan Duvall behind him in second. Michael Guest in third, and then Alex Chambrone in the 17. He's in fourth. These guys have about a second and a half lead over the next group of looks to be about another 4 guys there in that next group. So for the most part, we're getting singled out through this whole field. Guys are getting in their little clumps here. We're going to have to see who's got what as these tires start to really, get greasy over the longer course of this run.
Yeah, they got the TDS Motorsports Power up there, top 4 all on the same team, so they got something. They're doing something right up there, man. I wish I knew what was going on.
Yeah, for sure, man. They're turning wrenches the right direction or something, man. Making it look like some of the rest of these guys using play school wrenches, and make no mistake, you got some real big fish out here in this race tonight. But we'll have to see, man. When this thing gets into a long run, I really feel like you're going to have a lot of players in this race tonight. Should they keep their fenders on them? They get a long run. I think, man, there's going to be a lot of competition in this race for sure.
Yeah, Chris Seymour getting another big wobble coming out of turn 4 there.
Oh, yeah, he was one, and he wrestled it earlier and made a fantastic save, and you can only do that at these speeds so many times, man. This track, it's one of the tracks that's regarded as an easier track. It is. It's wide. It's inviting. It seems easy, but it can almost lull a guy into relaxing too much and kind of losing his focus. And this track, man, at the speed you're running, you lose focus just for a moment. You hit one of them seams and then realize that you can be in trouble in a heartbeat in a track like this, partner.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Phil Juring, he sure is focused now. Just got past Ray Alfala, threw it in there deep and got him. He got that position, but Phil's looking pretty good right now. We'll see what happens in the long run.
Yeah, and David Cater quietly running right there, 9th place in the 20 car behind him, man. He's run a lot of these races. He's had some tough luck in a couple of them, man, but he's consistently runs good every week in this series, man. So David Cater is another one. He's lurking back there right now. We might have to look out for him later on in this race.
Yeah, that's what it takes consistently. Consistency definitely wins championships, no doubt about it.
Oh, for sure. And and I believe David Cater, he's another one. I think he's sitting like 4th right now in the overall standings for the B car. So, yeah, like I said earlier, man, we got so many guys in this race that are in the top 10 in standings. Report on Armando Vargas, he hasn't really moved forward. He still runs in 21st position back there in the 23 car. He's got the 16. Look at the 16, man, right on it. That's Scott Heckert looking to give him the business, man. They're racing back there for 21st position right now, buddy.
Yeah, it looks like man, these guys are there's a few Oleski Aloma, Chris Seymour, and Brandon Bowie. They got a little 3-car battle going on here. That's about all I see going on the track right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 8 and 9 go side by side. Oleski looking to the inside. 18 gets a little bit of the wobbles coming down the front stretch rather. Not sure what's going on with that 18 car. That's Brandon Bowie, man, getting all out of shape there for a second. He's got to go now, but it passes back to the 9, and the 9 gets the wobble coming down the turn. Oh, contact! The 8 and the 9 come together a little bit. Both of them do a great job driving away from that, but my goodness, definitely a wake-up call there.
Oh, yeah, looks like just what you said. They lost focus. The 9 just misjudged his distance between him. They both did a pretty good job saving that and not causing a yellow.
Yeah, neither guy really even, they didn't even, they spot paint really. They made contact, but both of them, like cats, man, cat-like reflexes, they just got out of that situation and turned what really could have been an ugly wreck into really nothing at all. So definitely good job by both those guys right there.
Oh yeah, we got this second pack forming right here. There's some guys racing. Maybe if they could get in line and just ride right here instead of fighting for position, they might be able to catch the pack in front of them. I'm not sure though.
Well, this pack here is getting bigger. We were talking about the one, Ray Alfalo, not too long ago, getting by Phil Juring. Well, now the 20 as well has gotten by 20 David Cater. He's gotten by Phil Juring. Now here comes the 5, the 10, the 6. This little 3-car train is, and the 19. Throw him in the mix. My goodness, you got a 7-car group here right now. Phil Juring working the top. The 10 looking to the inside. That's Jeremy Thornton looking to move his way into the top 10. This is a good stuff right here in this little group.
I gotta tell you what, if you get on that high side and your car doesn't like it, you can really get freight trained if there's a bunch of cars getting low. Phil looking like he got a little wiggly coming off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, he's looking to be a handful right now, man. I tell you, these guys, these cars, they punch a big old hole in the air, and the speed you're going, it feels like you can get just a nasty gust every now and then on the wrong part of the car, and the car can get evil even in the straightaways after you've exited the corner sometimes.
Oh yeah, funny story. I was driving down the highway the other day, and a big old gust of wind came and almost blew me right off the road. And I was thinking, what if I was at like Michigan or Daytona, and we were running almost speeds around 200 miles an hour, and that happened?
Breathtaking to say the least. And now what else is getting crazy here behind Ray Alfalo. The 20 and the 5 now go side by side. Robert Hall on the top. The 10 and the 5 looking to move their way past the 20 on the outside line. Not working just yet, but a valiant effort, man. These guys are really trying to work in this top line. I don't know that that's helping their cause to catch the leaders, but all these guys are still very fast right here. They're running good lap times, and they're racing hard. It's now the 6. That's Chris Oberlin. He's looking to the inside of the 5. Getting real close there with the 10. Look out.
Oh yeah, it looks like we got the 14 Phil Juring moving back up there, it looked like he made the low line work for him there. I think I might guard that and make someone pass me on the high line, as in the 19 of Greg Spears goes by him on the inside.
Yeah, good stuff going in that group there. Back behind him, all by himself, Richard Dussett, the number 13. He's just kind of cruising. He's ahead of the next train. He's running his own world right now. Brandon 6, Brandon Bowie, they're hooked up back here. The 18 to 21, they're running 15th and 16th, nose to tail, trying to get away from the guys behind them. That's Eric Bundles and Oleski Aloma.
Yep. Everyone spread out. Coming up on lap 19. When the leader comes across a stripe, looks like this ain't Mike Green. I bet a lot of these guys are hoping for a caution right now. Some of these guys' cars are kind of ill handling right now, to say the least.
Oh man, I'm telling you right now, dude. Some of these guys are going to be close on fuel. You're absolutely right. Some of these guys really are going to be looking to catch the caution, because it's tight, man. It really, really is. And some guys have not been able to make it to the halfway mark without doing some significant saving. And now that, we just mentioned that, maybe we ought to look at the other 2 TDS teammates. Michael Guest in 3rd place, Alex Chambrone in 4th. They're dropping back as now the 2 of Thomas Lewandowski looks to the inside of the 17. And those guys have been dropping back for a while now. I got to think maybe those 2 are worried. One moment.
Yeah, it looks like those 2 might be saving their tires. I don't know if that's just Thomas D pulling them, but yeah, it looked Thomas Lewandowski got by Alex Chambrone there. They might be saving their stuff. Who knows? May want to keep an eye on Chris Oberlin. He's been getting really wobbly these last few laps. Gets a big wobble there coming out of turn 2. He's right at the back of this pack as Greg Spears comes up on him, looking to pass him low.
Yeah, man, this is getting good right here. We're working lap 20 now, 90. Whoa, look at the 19 Greg Spears. You just talked about it, right in there. Holy cow, good stuff as they come close. 19's got the run coming out. 14 of Phil Juring right up in front of them. Side by side goes the 1. The 1 is now side by side with the 20. The 5 has gotten by. Oh my goodness. This little pack here, man, they've been shaking up. And right now, the Rabbit is Jeremy Thornton in the 10 car. He's running 7th place in front of these guys and looking to run down Dwayne Vincent and the next group there. I think we got to do right here, partner. Let's take a quick commercial break. I'm grabbing these pistols.
Cowboy, ain't no need to get the hammers out and tear it all up. What you need to do is get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Service, technology support offered at a price affordable to most churches, not-for-profits, and individual customers. I'll tell you what, David Bass, IT specialist, over 5 years at the corporate level. Hey man, computer maintenance, hardware and software upgrades. I'll tell you what, David Bass DB Tech Services, established specifically to provide lower cost options to churches and non-profit organizations. So put the hammer away, dude. Get a hold of David Bass. DB Tech Services, dbtechservice.com.
Welcome back, race fans. Now they're up here working. Thomas D. Smith, your pole sitter, man, still leading the way. He's led every lap so far. Working lap 23, coming to 24 out of 90. Right behind him, Dylan Duvall in the 7 car. He's been second all night.
Yeah, we got number 2, third place, Thomas Lewandowski. Yeah, fourth place car behind him, Michael Guest.
Yeah, and his next group back here, well, it was Alex Chambrone. Now it's the two of Thomas Lewandowski. Oh, well, I'm looking at the wrong group here. Or they're moving around all over the place. I'm getting confused. 17 and Alex Chambrone runs fifth. That's just need to know. And behind him is the 12 of Dwayne Vincent.
The car behind him, 7th place, Jeremy Thornton. Behind him, Robert Hall.
Now Ray Alvala, man, back to 9th place. Bill Jury, round out your top 10.
11th place, Greg Spears. Behind him, the number 20 car, David Cater.
Chris Orland in the number 6 car, man, he's in 13th place at the back of that group. And then, as mentioned before, Richard Dustin sitting back there 14th, kind of riding in no man's land right now.
Yeah, 15, 16s. We got the 2 Brandons, Brandon Bowie, Brandon Six, kind of working together, maybe hoping to catch back up to this back.
Yeah, I'm back here in 15th place. Brandon Bowie in the 18. And then right there, 21, the 21 car right behind him in 16th place is Brandon Sixth.
17th, 8, Eric Bundles and Aleski Loma.
Yeah, 19th place, man. Number 9 and Chris Seymour. Rounding top 20 is going to be Kenneth Dancer to number 25.
21st, Armando Vargas. Behind him, 22nd place, number 16, Scott Heckard.
Yeah, and then you got a couple back here, man, that are looking for a caution. You got EJ O'Rourke right there with the 16 Heckard, but then Zach Hudson, who elected to start from pit road, he was expecting a caution early, and he hasn't gotten it. He is not too far from getting lapped, so he is really praying for a caution now, and that's your field as they run. Now 26 laps through, and you know, I mean, it's the pit stops we're going to have to watch. When they get to, right a little past lap 40, when they get around lap 42, we're going to have to watch to see which guys bail down pit road because, boy, if they don't make it 45 or past 45, they might be in trouble tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Some might actually try and stay out and see if they can get a caution and have just be that far ahead. Maybe have some of the fast guys a lap down that pitted. But I might, if I was in the back, I might try that strategy. It might not work, but I mean, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, for sure. If you're back there, maybe. But I mean, I don't know, and which of these guys is saving fuel? That's the other thing. And I don't know who's not saving fuel right now though is number 14 of Phil Jury, and as he looks to go to the inside of the one at Ralph Fowler, looks to have the position there through 3 and 4. And move Phil Jury up into 9th as a 19 now. Looks to work underneath the 1 to 20. Not sure where he wants to go. He's going to pull him back behind the 19.
Yeah, it looks like Phil, he's got a pretty nice setup under there. He was at the back of that pack and got to the front right there. Looks like he's got that thing working.
Yeah, man, I've been checking him out this week, dude. No, Phil, man, he's got one going on a long run. He's really pretty good on the long run. And he's starting to catch these guys a little bit in front of him here, Robert Hall and Jeremy Thornton in 7th and 8th. But those two right there, they've been paired up for a little while now, and they're looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, behind Phil, Ralph Alla and Chris Overland getting a little scary back there. He gives them a little bump going into turn 3.
Yeah, Ralph Fowler moving to the back of this line now. Looks to be maybe getting a little bit tight, but he might be trying to back off on the fuel too. I'm telling you, man, it's really close for a lot of these guys. It's so hard to tell. which ones are going to be in trouble tonight on field, because no doubt, I mean, this is a very fast-paced race. These guys all have really good setups underneath them, and they've been turning throughout the field. There's been some really fast laps run, especially these two up front. They're showing the way all night. Thomas Smith in the 3, the 7 to Dylan Duvall. You know, they're the rainmakers right now. They're making it happen, but I just cannot imagine how they can run this pace and make it halfway. It's if they're making it happen, I'm not sure how they're doing it, because they are really flying out there, buddy.
Oh, they definitely got they got a nice piece on them right now. Looks like Dylan Duval ain't far back behind them, but yeah, this thing looks like it's going green. We're on lap 30 right now. Pit stop's going to be coming up soon, about 10-15 laps.
Yeah, and you're hoping 15 if you're out there right now, because if it's 10, you're definitely not going to make it in one stop. As a 17, that's Alex Chambrone in 5th. He gets a little bit of a wobble, was able to gather it up, come down to 3. No harm, no foul, man. That was he made that. That was a big thing. He made it look small right there, man. It looked like he was going to go up the hill in big trouble, and he barely even lost any momentum.
Yeah, some of these drivers, they know what they're doing, man. They can make it look like it's nothing, but you get out there and you get a little wobbly, you know. You lose a bunch of speed, they make it look like nothing.
Oh yeah, dude, I went out there myself a few times this week, man, and caused a real ruckus, man. I think I rolled about 12 cars this week, man. And this is a track, man. It really can't get you in a hurry. These dudes are doing a fantastic job to be this far in this race without a single caution flag. You know, I mean, it just speaks volumes to not only their car control, but also for tonight, their patience. A lot of patience being shown tonight.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of people giving a bunch of give and take. I tell you what, man, they're getting a little sketchy, but these guys know what they're doing, so they can do that.
Yeah, man, David Cater, Phil Jury, and these guys running tight here with Chris Orwell right behind him. These guys, they've just been training like this for a while here. As a 19, he begins to fall off, and Ram Fowler continues to fall off this pack. He's still in that realm where he's drafting a little bit. He's still catching their draft. And we're going to have to keep an eye on Ray Fowler. I mean, everybody knows this dude he's a bad dude, man. You know what I mean? He won the DWC championship this year in the Cup cars. That's big stuff in iRacing, and to think he'd be off is it's a little odd. So, you know, I really feel like he's one that's having to save the fuel here. And, you know, I think some of these other guys that are up front, some of them, maybe a good deal of them, are really hoping there's a caution flag at some point in this race to save them, because I really think a lot of these guys are going to be a little short on fuel with this kind of pace.
Oh yeah, I just listened to Ray Alfala going down the backstretch. It might have sounded like he cracked the throttle a little bit, trying to run half throttle, staying in this draft up here so he doesn't lose much track position.
Yeah, and it's a tough spot he's in, too, if he's trying to save fuel, because, you know, you're going to burn a little bit more fuel by yourself than you would in the draft. But if you got to work to stay in that draft, you know, you are going to burn some fuel there, too. So, it's, you know, what's nice is if you got two guys who fall off and save a little fuel together. That's ideal. And I believe that might be what we've seen from the 11 and the 17 of Michael Guest and Alex Chambrone a little earlier, as it was a 4-horse race up there. They were right there with Duvall and Smith, our leaders, and drop back to the next group and continue to run nose to tail. So I definitely feel like, you know, those two are doing the conservative fuel strategy, and I think Smith and Duvall are up there doing the whip the dog strategy and hope a caution flag comes out and the flagman does a little dirty laundry.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I just listened to Ray Alfala. He went into turn 1 and clutched it the whole way through there and picked up the throttle. He's definitely saving fuel back there. Tell you what, That guy might know what he's doing.
Yeah, man. If we could listen in on the spotters and crew chiefs, man, I bet they're telling these guys, dude, you're gonna need to save some fuel, man. But some of them have gone so fast for so long that there's no point in it now. I mean, you know what I mean? Some of these guys have really been ripping at this point. They got no choice but to just keep on ripping.
Oh yeah, we're coming up on lap 35 here. I'll tell you what, man. If I was these guys running top 10, I would just keep digging, hope for caution. If not, bring it down pit road. Maybe take 2, take 4. I'm sure you'll see a lot of that. Taking 2, taking 4 differences, and definitely take a full fuel tank and see where it puts you.
Armando Vargas runs back here in 21st position, the 23 car. He has caught up to Chris Seymour in the 9, who was really fighting handling issues earlier, and he's dropped all the way back to 20th place. So they're going to need the little adjustments on that car, most likely, and Kenneth Dancer there to 25, who took that knock earlier with Carson McClellan that did bring out a caution, but ended Carson's night. When I looked at it on the replay, man, I really felt like the 25 was going to be in big trouble, and he's hanging in there, man. He doesn't look too bad. I'm really surprised. They got some tough metal on that car tonight, buddy.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And I was just looking through all the drivers and looking at their times, and I'll tell you what, track position is just critical here. I was comparing the leaders' times with people back in 9th, 10th, 11th, and they're running exact times, if not faster, but they just can't make up that track position.
Well, the duo to really keep your eye on right now is the 10 of Jeremy Thornton and the 5 in tow right behind him. That's Robert Hall in 8th place. These guys are the fastest two on the track right now. They're just 2 cars, but they've been about 2/10 quicker than the leader, and they are again. About 2/10 quicker than the leader. Well, the leader's picking up that time, but they had been 2/10 quicker than the leader every time, and they were still the quickest cars on the track. It was Jeremy Thornton and Robert Hall, so they're definitely moving pretty good right here and not saving any fuel.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. Yeah, they're definitely booking it over here. They got a nice piece on them. I think they might be teammates if I remember correctly. They're definitely working together. I can bet we could see them going in the pits at the same time, working together the whole race.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is a good race for that too. I mean, this ain't no Talladega, but David Cater goes up the hill a little bit. Here goes Chris Orwell looking underneath him in the 6. Not sure what happened there with David, if he just got the seam wrong or what happened there. But man, he had a moment, did a good job keeping it out of the wall as EJ O'Rourke signals he's coming down pit road. Partner, it's lap 39. What do you think about that call?
I'm not sure, man. Some of these guys are using different strategies. I mean, whatever they think their crew chiefs are telling them, I'm sure they're just going to do what their crew chiefs tell them, and hopefully it works out for them.
Yeah, I don't know. That one looks like a leap of faith to me. He must not be getting good fuel mileage. They didn't get it packed full. As the 16, man, he just took a little bit of a wall knocker back there. Scott Heckert, he's got it going now, but he rides back there in 22nd. Yeah, man, I don't know. That's a little early, man. I don't know about that call to come in that early for EJ. He's definitely going to be preying on a caution flag at some point for sure. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And he comes in and takes 4 tires. I mean, he's definitely losing a lot of track position back there. I'm not sure about that call either. I'm not sure what they're thinking on that one.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, man. Really long way to go. So we'll see. I think maybe they just maybe they got a hole in something somewhere. They're losing some fuel somewhere. Maybe that one is slurping it up. I'm not really sure. But we're going to have to keep our eye on these front two, man, to see when they come. Because here we are, lap 41. It'll be 42 next time at the stripe for Thomas Smith, who's led every one of these laps so far tonight. And, and these front two really they have never backed down, man. They've been running solid lap times the whole race. And really tight lap times as well. Their times aren't bouncing around at all, which, goes to show they've got very, very predictable, good handling cars.
Oh, yeah, that's always good. We got Kenneth Dancer and Chris Seymour and Armando Vargas. They were just battling pretty good. They had a little 3 wide going on there, but one backed out of it, and that was a smart thing to do there. Just looks like they get single file here.
Yeah,
25 got a little piece of the wall there coming out. Looks like he got a little loose, got a little tight something. He hit the wall there pretty good.
Yeah, big moment there for the 25 for sure. That's 2 times tonight. Just don't do it again. 3rd time might be a charm. I tell you what, man, the leader's going to be coming up on Scott Heckert real quick. He may consider, I don't know, maybe a little early for him to come down too. That wall knock, I think, is hurting him a little bit here. I think he might have knocked steering out of that car. I don't see a lot of damage, but ever since he had that wall knock a few laps ago, man, he's been really losing a lot of time to these leaders.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, as Ray Alfala drops all the way back to 16th, he's definitely saving a lot as just getting passed by Eric Bundles. It looks like we got Thomas Smith down pit. Thomas D. Smith, leader, goes down pit road. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, a little early, man. No doubt. It's probably going to be 4 tires and Packer full, all the way full of fuel. And better hope you got a reserve tank because we're short of halfway. Now he's going to have to do some saving in this run in the event that this thing stays green the whole way. It's going to be tough for him to make it. Dylan Duvall still on the track. He passes by pit road. Now you got Lewandowski heading down pit road a little early as well. These guys pitting before halfway. The idea is if you're going to have to do a little saving in the second run to make it now. And some of the guys that may be saving in the back here, they go a little further this time. While they've been slower this run, they won't have to save next run. And we'll have to see how strategies work out. We're getting right into the meat of the pit cycle here.
Oh yeah, we got Brandon Bowie and Eric Bundy's coming down pit road. Yeah, I definitely think that's right. What you were talking about, saving more in this one and going all out the next one. I think that would be a better idea. I think that's what Ralph Al's doing right now.
Yeah, I do too. As several are coming down. I mean, it's the feeding trough is full. The hogs are going to be coming, and they're going to be on vapors. But I'm telling you what, a lot of these guys coming now, they stretched as far as they possibly could. No doubt about it. It's a 25 now. He's going to come. He's going to come on down.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch down now. We got Michael Guest, Dwayne Vincent, David Cater, Jeremy Thornton, Richard Doucette, Brandon Six. All down there getting new stuff.
I tell you what, the 7 looks like he's coming this time, and this is halfway. The 7 is able to make it on fuel. It's halfway, despite being that fast up there, and the only thing I can say is Thomas D. Smith led every lap, and Dylan Duvall was in his draft for every lap. I think that right there is your difference. Maybe if they had done a little bit of swapping, they could have both made it, but then again, maybe they both would have been a little short. Either way, it worked out better for Dylan Duvall as he heads down to his pit stall now.
Yeah, it looks like we got Alex Ambrone and Phil Juring, Chris Overland. Those three looking to maybe they got a different strategy. I'm not sure what they're thinking right here, but it might work out for them. I hope it works out for them.
Well, it's what we were just talking about. These guys that are staying out a little bit past now, you want to go as long as you can. I think that, my feeling is now if they're coming and get it as far past halfway as you possibly can to buy you a little bit of room to get aggressive with the throttle when it's go time later in the race in the second run here. But, we talked about at the top of the show, man, say whether you're saving or whether you're going for it, it's going to be tight either way. Looks like we might have some out of fuel. Do we got some out of fuel down there on the track?
I'm looking through the field right now. I don't see any cars down there slow.
No, they must have just been.
Maybe.
Virgin, man.
Maybe. That might be what you're seeing.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going, man. Is Phil Juring and the 17, Alex Chambrone, they come out of pit road side by side. There they go. And good stop there for the 17. The 17 of Alex Chambrone has a really good stop. Phil Juring not far behind him. We're going to have to see now how this all is going to shake out, partner. It should all start cycling out here real soon.
Yeah, Alex Chambrone getting that up on the track there from the apron. His car got a little upset. It hopped sideways on him. He did a good job of saving.
Yeah, that allows Phil Juring to pull right back up to his rear deck. And, of course, guy's been out there showing the way the whole time. Comes in, one of the first guys to come in, Thomas Smith. He cycles back to the lead, no doubt. He came in, he got the tires earlier than everybody else. So that's a big deal, man, as far as, interval gap. But, I just got to be thinking he's worrying about the fuel, man. He's going to try and go now 47, 48 laps. After only getting whatever it was, 42 or 43, so he's probably hoping for a caution, man, or he's going to have to do some serious clutching and maybe even killing it.
Yeah, maybe. We got Thomas D. Smith. He's 2 seconds in front of the field. His strategy might work out. Might have to do a little bit of saving. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We sure will see, though.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is he's out there by himself, and that's another thing that's just going to hurt him on saving fuel. If he goes to try and save some fuel, man, he ain't got no one to draft on now. On the other hand, his partner back there has been running second the whole time. Now runs third, Dylan Duvall. He makes it to halfway, and he's in the draft with the 10 of Jeremy Thornton and the 2 of Thomas Lewandowski, both of which have been very, very strong tonight. So, Thomas is showing the way. He's led every single lap except for a few laps there through the pit cycle. But right now, Dude, I think Dylan Duvall is looking pretty good.
Well, no doubt about it. Dylan Duval pitted along with Alex Chambray and Phil Druring, but they got a few cars between them. Hopefully they can get up there. But yeah, Dylan Duval definitely looking to be in a good position right now.
Man, I'm telling you what, Mondo Vargas, man, he's hoping he made some adjustments because he's got a big chance tonight. You know, we talk about the top split standings here in the Friday Night B-Car Showdown. He comes in 7 points behind Jeffrey Parker. Jeffrey Parker does not make the race tonight. Imagine he wound up in the second split. Mondo just barely made it. So it was very close, and you know, this is an opportunity here for Armando Vargas in 23 to really take control of the point lead here with Jeffrey Parker being absent. But if he doesn't start picking up positions, it might all end up being for naught.
Yeah, I think if he can definitely get up there and get some positions, it will definitely help him out in the points.
Yeah, and we're looking at a race here where a lot of guys are hoping for a caution. But then I think you got a lot of guys that that maybe they're hoping that and thinking that there's a lot of their competitors in front of them that have a big gap, but they aren't. They're going to be good on fuel. So there's a lot of things that can shake out should this thing stay green. But as it sits right now, Thomas Smith has just under 2 second lead over Jeremy Thornton in second. Dylan Duvall and Thomas Lewandowski right there with him. Ranch's top 5 is going to be Robert Hall. You got Michael Guest and Dwayne Vincent. Those guys are all in the group, and then another 5 seconds back behind them, you have another group of about 4 drivers. You know what I mean? Then you got to look back another 5 seconds for another group. You know what I mean? So this has been a very fast pace. It's been all green flag racing, and it's really, really thinned out this field into little. It's not even really a pack, man. It's like little crews out there. You know what I mean? Little crews.
Oh yeah, all these guys are definitely cruising right now. They got to say in cruise control, just riding right here, man. Just waiting it out.
Yeah, man, and I didn't. Did you happen to catch which lap it was Ray Alfala came in? We thought maybe he was doing a lot of saving. He runs back here now in 13th place, 16 and a half seconds behind our leader, with nobody to draft with in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like he came in and pitted on around 55, 56. It looks like he pitted around right at halfway, too.
Yeah, he just didn't make it halfway, and if he had to do that much slowing down to make it to halfway, and he might be in trouble tonight. And that's the same kind of thing I experienced myself when I was on the track. I had a very tough time making it to halfway myself. And I look like a lot of these guys really did. So, that's just part of it. That's definitely going to be part of it. And, we watch races in real life. If you're a NASCAR fan, I'm sure all of us are. Michigan, oftentimes, man, that's what it comes down to, fuel mileage. Well, I tell you what, man, we got everybody. We got them spread out here, man. We got little war packs out there, dude. One guy showing away. That's the Chief right now. Chief No Spoofing. What we got to do right here, I think, let's crank it up one time. Get the sights and sounds around this fast 2-mile racetrack. Bad boy, crank it up, buddy. Thanks for the sights and the sounds, man. Big old fast racetrack, a lot of hot rods out there. We still got 22 guys working the lead lap. EJ O'Rourke, he's the last of them right now. He's praying for the caution, man. His leader's coming to get him right here. Tell you what, though, coming to get the leader is Jeremy Thornton in the 10 and Dylan Duvall in the 7. As well as Thomas Lewandowski in the 2. Those guys are clicking off time with our leader, Thomas Smith, every lap. But Thomas Smith, man, I'm watching his lap times, dude. 41 flat that last time by. He may not be giving it all he's got, but he ain't really saving fuel right here.
Oh, no doubt about it. he's dropping off, but dropping off very consistent. It might be another good thing for him. But I'm wondering what's going to go down with the field and stuff like that. Maybe he can make it, maybe he cannot. But Jeremy Thornton and Dylan Duval definitely can, and they're catching him.
I don't, unless he rubbed a genie's bottle before this race started, I really don't think Thomas Smith is going to make it on fuel without a caution. I really, truly don't, man. Him stopping at 43, that's going to be tough, and now he's out here by himself with no draft help. That's a rough deal, man, for sure. I think he's probably going to need a caution to salvage something here. But he's been to class. I mean, on speed, he has definitely been to class in the field for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, man. I tell you what, man, he spent a lot of time in the setup. He's done a lot of testing. He's up there digging right now, but we also got Phil During back here digging throughout the field, man. He's on a roll right now. He's making BHM proud.
Yeah, and he's been him and Alan Chamberlain 17, man. They've been duking it out, man. You got the tap out car and Phil During. I'm trying to get a closer look here at the sponsors on that thing. That's a really wild looking skin right there. They've been Wounded Warrior Project sponsors kid. So you got two warriors throwing down right there, man. Neither one of them getting wounded just yet. I tell you what, though, it was working on it. Is now they both look to work past the 20 of David Cater.
Yeah, they're not running times for all the leader. Just that track position, man. I ran a race here earlier in the week, and I didn't qualify. I started 14th. My spotter said, you're just as fast as the leader, but I wasn't catching him. I was still 10, 12 seconds back, and it just hurt me.
Oh, you're absolutely right, man. It is. Track position is very, very key here. And, I tell you what, man, now the last couple laps, Thomas Smith has actually been a little bit quicker than these three lined up behind him, if you can believe that. Crazy stuff, man. He's really got him hooked up. Robert Hall, man, he's around his top 5, and he's leading this next group back here. He's got Michael Guest right behind him in the 11, and Dwayne Vincent in the 12. Those guys running 6th and 7th behind him, Robert Hall. They're running some very good lap times, too, and I would not be surprised at all if those three run down that next three, and we get us about a 6-7 horse race here before too long.
Oh, yeah, that would make things a lot more interesting, but definitely behind Dwayne Vincent, there's a huge gap. As Alex Chambrone gets by Greg Spears, and I think I just heard Phil's radio communications. Looks like they're just going to try and ride right here. Phil busts out a 40.9, man, about a 10th faster than the leader. He's really digging right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's looking good, and it's almost like a hostage situation with the fuel tank for these guys. I mean, this is, if you like chess matches, man, we got one right here. That's what this race is right now. Should it stay like this? This is going to be a chess match. It's going to come down to finesse on the throttle. Who's got what in the gear package? How are you getting around the track? Are you tight? Are you loose? Who's getting the best fuel mileage? It's a chess match. Maybe not the most exciting thing, unless you're into that, but man, I tell you, it is very impressive what these guys have done here tonight, and I'm on the edge of my seat, kind of excited to see how this thing's all going to shake out. The thing about it is, in this type of scenario, you got to wait till the final moments before we really find out what's going to happen. But I tell you what, man, if you were to throw a debris caution right here and put these dogs out here, man, they would dog fight it out, because it all come down. They get fuel. The situation is, once they get to the closing laps, fuel is so tight, it's holding them hostage. They can't really race right now. And that's the thing. Every guy out here, no matter when they pit, is concerned. Some guys are flat out frightened right now about not getting a caution flag. Some guys, all the rest, even the ones that are in a better shape, they're still a little worried. So they got to be really judicious with their throttle. They can't really attack it. And, it's a waiting game right now. A lot of these guys, they're waiting on 10 to go, take a good fuel reading at 10 to go, and see, do I got enough, let them know, hey, boss, do I got enough to go to work? So, definitely, it's a waiting game right here. It's the calm before the storm, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And there's another one that goes a lap down. Thomas D just put E.J. O'Rourke a lap down, and he's clicking off these laps like it's nothing, man. I don't know if he's saving fuel or what, but I'm anxious to find out how this thing is going to turn out.
Yeah, as we're 64 laps in right here, We're past 2/3, man, and it's got about 25 laps here at the stripe for Thomas Smith, rather 26 make it. And, I mean, that's still a long ways. That's 50 miles, man. There's still a lot that can happen in this race. And now, it's kind of a yo-yo effect. Jeremy Thornton, Dylan Duvall, and Thomas Ledesky. Now these three, they're starting to catch the leader again. And in that lap, they lose a couple tenths. So Thomas is playing walk the dog, little yo-yo trick on the field right here, where he's going to give him a tenth, take away a tenth, give him a tenth, take away a tenth. He's definitely, in my mind, I don't think Thomas is thinking about saving fuel at all. I think he knew when he came in on lap 43, it wasn't going to happen. So he's like, you know what, I'm going to go out here at ATV, I'm going to showcase this car, I'm going to rip some laps. If I don't get the caution flag I need, oh well, everybody will know I was quick when I finished 22nd, or whatever he's going to finish. And it's true, we all know, I mean, if this comes down to speed, Thomas is going to be an animal, man, we can say that for sure. Whether he gets the results, that's what we're going to have to wait and see.
Oh yeah, Thomas, he's definitely a good racer, man. I think he knows what he's doing coming in early like that, but you never know, man. Those calculations that the crew chief give you can sometimes be wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but dude, these guys, man, they're just riding back here still. The 17, Alex Chambrone, the Rabbit, 8th place. Got Greg Spears. How about let's give Greg Spears a shout out, man. This dude, he's been running up here all night long, and haven't seen a lot of him in these top split races. But tell you what, he's been running in the top 10 pretty much the whole race in that 19 car, and just real steady. Haven't talked about it much tonight, but man, a good solid run so far by the 19 and Greg Spears.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. It looks like the 14 Phil getting a little wiggly coming off of the corner, man. Tires are wearing off, man. We're seeing where setups come in. I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, he's getting a little case and wiggles, but it seems to be okay now. It's these 5 here, they got them all lined up. That's the 17, 19, 14, 20, and the 6 back behind him, all by his lonesome in 13th place, right out following the number 1 car. Big surprise here that he's a little bit. I think he's a little off on fuel, man. So we'll have to wait and see. I think he'll make it, but I think he may have to do a lot of saving like he did the first run. Back behind them, man, the next group, Richard Dustin spent pretty much, he was the guy in the 13. He's running 14th place. He was the guy in, like on Mad Max Beyond Thunder. He's out in the middle of the desert by himself all race long, and now he's got company. He's got Brandon Six behind him in the 21. Eric Brundy's in the 22. And Aleski Aloma in the 8. Those guys run 14th through 17th respectively.
Oh yeah. Oh, looks like Brandon Bowie can't make it. I just was watching over him and see him. He's clutching it going through the corners here. But partner, that's going to start happening now, man. I mean, just like you say, he's 41.8 last time by. That's going to start happening now for some guys, and real soon. Some of these guys are going to try. But here's the thing. I mean, some of them probably never will, because just like earlier in the race, once you go for it, once you run hot for a while, you've done what you've done. You pretty much put yourself in a situation where trying to save fuel now is really not going to bear any fruit. If you're going to try and make it, you got to do some saving from the get. And what we're going to see here is we're going to see some. If this stays good, we're going to see some cars coasting. Make no mistake, fans. We are going to see some rolling race cars just hoping to make it to that finish line. And we're going to see some guys think some masterful fuel mileage strategy. All of the 7 of Dylan Duvall, who runs up front all night but still manages to make it halfway. And then we're going to see some dudes that they're gonna bail, man. They're gonna bail on it. 2 to go, 3 to go, something like that. Come down on vapors and take a gallon of fuel. Get back out there frustrated. Get what they can get. Oh yeah, and the 11 car, Michael Guest, getting a little antsy with Thomas Lewandowski up here. He was up on his bumper, sideways, everything, man.
Yeah, partner, there's been a bit of a shakeup, but we're looking back through the field. The 10 gets by. Now Robert Hall in the 5 looks to get by the 10. And Thomas Smith has over a 3-second lead now. So, I don't know if it's I don't know if something happened and we missed it, or if the whole field now in front here is trying to maybe save a little fuel. I have to keep our eye on the lap times of this group up here to see if they're saving or if we just missed something that's stacked.
Yeah, maybe. they're running about a tenth or two off. Oh, actually 3 tenths off with the leaders running. I don't think that's just them falling off, but yeah, I think they might be saving. We're not completely sure yet.
Yeah, it looks that way as Duvall hits a 290 that time by, and he's in the draft right there. You know what I mean? So Jeremy Thornton runs a 390 that time. Yeah, these guys were a lot quicker than that in the first run. So definitely looks like inside 20 to go now. We're gonna get some guys saving some fuel here. I gotta think some of those guys even though they're doing a little saving now, I still think some of those guys are really praying for a caution.
Oh, we got one in the grass. Chris Seymour's in the grass. See what happened to him. Looks like
he's getting back up on the track now real slow. Here comes the field. Look out. He stays down to the bottom, lets everybody by right here. Man, he's way off pace trying to get back going.
Yeah, he gets a little bit of the wall coming off forward and then just shoot down. Self-spins, gets in the grass.
Bad boy, you get a look at that craziness?
Yeah, let's see what happens. He comes out of turn 3 and 4 here, guys. I believe he's going to shoot up a little bit high, comes starting to the wall, and he gets really tight, just loses it here. Going to slide down, and guys, he missed pit road entrance, by the way, by quite a bit, but he slides back around, does a 360, and I believe you're going to see him just get back going here and get back on the track.
Wild ride there for the 9 of Chris Seymour. He's had, to say the least, an eventful night. Heads to pit road now. He's going to go ahead and come and get his fuel here and maybe even fix a little bit of that damage. Pull a hedgehog out of the grill. Yeah, he's got a little divot up there on the hood, too. A little spot of grass. As the jack goes up on the right side, he's going to be getting tires up front, man. Thomas Smith, he's got a 3.5 second lead right here, right now. Looking really, really good. Still running low 41s right now. Dude, telling you what, it's getting down to it. We got like 15 laps to go this time at the stripe. You know what we're going to do? Let's take our last commercial break right here. We'll come back and we'll see who's going to pit, who's going to blink first, right after this. Alright, welcome back, race fans. We're going to bring you the conclusion right here. Now leader Thomas Smith working lap 77, just 14 laps to go. 13 and change, rather. And I'm telling you right now, he ran a 41.5 last time. He's reflecting off that lap. He's looking at that fuel pressure gauge, googly-eyed, cross-eyed right now. He's transfixed on it, trying to see if maybe he can will that needle in the right direction. But I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. But these guys back here, man, you were talking about during the break. That's racing back here. The second pack's getting good, huh, boss?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. They're getting close, man. As a 7 of Dylan Duval looks to the inside of Robert Hall, and behind them it's Jeremy Thornton, Thomas Lewandowski making a pass on him. Yeah, man, and it's the guy who hasn't been the rabbit so far this whole time in this group is the 12 of Dwayne. Where'd I come from, Vincent? And that LSU paint skin, man, he's representing for LSU right there, representing real well, running second place in front of this real fast package. The 5 and the 7 come very close. The 5 looking underneath the 7. That's Robert Hall trying to take third place away, but Dylan Duval comes down and says,
not just yet.
Oh yeah, it's getting down to the wire here. Some guys are going to be fighting for their positions, like you saw there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we was talking about earlier. Was you get to 10 to go, you take a fuel reading, and you find out, okay, am I chicken foot or am I lead foot? Do I got to stay forward to make it all the way, or can I get after it? And then you got the guys who know they're not going to make it, and they haven't been yet, so they're really going to drive angry because they know they're going to have to pull off here in a couple laps if there's not a caution.
Oh yeah, just everyone's riding right now, man, waiting for this thing to shake out, waiting to tend it. A lot of these guys are just waiting it out, hoping for a caution. Some are hoping, some are not, but it's gonna go down here in a couple laps.
Armando Vargas, bang, hits the wall on cue. Holy cow, but didn't give an ATV Jinx right there. He's okay, but he runs 18th place, hasn't really been able to move up. He was one of the guys, man, he really, as far as points are concerned, he needed a caution to try and get some adjustments, get him caught back up. I don't think he's really that far off. He just never really got an opportunity to work on this car tonight. But doing the best he can with what the crew chief brought him with no changes, running 18th place right now, a 23 car, and will be your new official B-Car Showdown top split points leader after this race. But it should be pretty close because third place is David Cater, and he's running up there in 11th. David Cater gets to work here in these closing laps, makes it on fuel, and gets up there and gets a solid top 5 finish, man. I don't know. David Cater, we may end up with a 3-horse battle in the final race of the season for this top split showdown, partner.
Oh yeah, it could end up that way. We got about 9 laps to go. We're gonna see here pretty shortly, man. I'm excited for it. It's gonna get good here.
Yeah, the 10 Jeremy Thornton now working by the 12. Dylan Duvall assumes his place back in second. He's the rabbit now in the pack. He's got the 5 of Robert Hall chasing him. These guys are second and third right behind him. You got the 10, the 12, the 2, and looks like the 11 of Michael Guest. So you got this dirty half dozen right here, man, looking to make it happen here real soon as well. We're looking at about 7 laps to go. Next will be 7 laps to go next time. It's going to be about Memphis time right here, partner. And back here it is 17 and the 19 side by side. 17 and Alex Chambrone looking to get the position away from Greg Spears. That's going to be for 8th place. Greg Spears in the 19 hanging on real tough on the outside, but here he comes again, going down to turn 3, get a little close. Driving down in there, side by side, looking, and the 14 now looking to the inside of the 20 in 3 and 4. He's going to look to try and get by David Cater, take that position away. That'll be for top 10. So you got side by each racing here for 2 rows. These boys are starting to get after, and I don't see anybody in here conserving fuel right now.
Oh no, I think they conserved all they needed to at the beginning, or all that they needed to. The 14 and the 6 getting really close there, man. And it's coming down to the wire right here. We'll see what everyone has right here fighting for third position.
Yeah, David Cater prevails in the battle against Phil Juring and then moves up beside the 17. 19 of Greg Spears still hanging on right there, holding them all off, but the heat's just getting started. No, 17's going to drive in really deep to 3 and 4, try to slide up for the 20. He does. He captures that position, so move the 7 up into 9th place, while they're back in 9th place. And the 19 man still watching this all going down the mirror. He's got to enjoy that view of that action right there.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Ervlin's going to go with the high side, getting the run off of David Cater. Phil Juring, Chris Ervlin right there side by side going through 1 and 2. Phil gets the wiggle right there. It's going to allow Chris Ervlin to clear him.
Thomas Smith runs a 42 flat last time by, race fans. He is absolutely saving now as his huge lead has been cut down to a little less than a second, I'm guessing, this time at the stripe. He is a second off the pace or more right there. He's a 41 and a half right there, so he's kind of half on most of the way out. Kind of his thing right now. He's not running any laps all the way on right now. He's kind of, it's like 80% then 50%, 80% then 50%, and then say a prayer and rub your baby Buddha bobblehead doll because it's going down. But I mean, we got 5 laps at the stripe, and your fuel's looking bad.
Yeah, he's getting a little antsy right here. Robert Hall laying down some fast laps. He could be a contender for the win right here. I'll tell you what, man, it's going to get good.
Oh, I know it, man. You're absolutely right. I think you said the Robert Hall, the 5, and the 10, and Jeremy Thornton are teammates. If that's the case, man, they got them lined up right here, 2nd and 3rd, and if Thomas can't make it on fuel, they're going to inherit 1st and 2nd, man, and they got some tough guys there behind him. But you know what? Michael Guest falling off Thomas Lewandowski lurking back there behind the 11 of I don't know. Are they worried about fuel or what? They may be worried about fuel right here. Is now you're going to have a change for the lead for the first time in green flag conditions. It appears the 5 will be taking the lead here real quick. I might have just overheard Thomas saying he's coming to pit road, and he's looking like he is. Thomas D. Smith coming to pit road. He made it 43, and then he made it 43 again. And that left him a few laps short. Unfortunate. He was their pole sitter tonight. Ran an outstanding race. But that thing, she's a gas guzzler, boss. And that's going to cost him. As Robert Hall is your new race leader.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to get really good. Robert Hall, Jeremy Thornton, Dwayne Vincent, all these guys are going to be duking it out for the win right here as they come about 3-4 to go.
Oh, yeah. And let's not forget, Dylan Duvall, he should be, I guess, from what you said earlier, if they're teammates, then he should be in the same setup as Thomas Smith, and he did make it halfway, did Dylan Duvall in the 7. I'm not sure about all the rest of these guys exactly when they pit, but I do recall the 7 pitted halfway, so there should be no fear for Dylan Duvall in getting to the throttle and trying to get after this thing. Now, 3 laps to go. If the caution comes out, this race is over. These guys all know that, and so right now, man, if you got the fuel to go, you got to go. You got to treat every lap, every corner as the last one right here and make it happen.
Oh, yeah, and that 5-car pack with Greg Spears and Dave Cater, Alex Schemberg, Chris Evelyn, and Phil Juring. They spread out now as Phil Juring drops to about 5-6 car lengths back. I'll tell you what, his setup's looking a little ill handling coming off the corners. He's getting a little loose coming off 2 again.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like he might be doing a little late run saving as well. So we'll have to see, because he was able to make it like 46, so not really sure. And that's the thing, it's going to be very tough for race fans for us to keep up with every guy who runs out of fuel. We'll try to do our best right here as we get updated standings at the end of the lap. So if a guy falls out of the pack and we don't see it, we won't know until a little after it's happened. We're going to try to keep you updated, but I tell you what, man, up front, Robert Hall showing the way. The 10, his teammate Jeremy Thornton trying to track him down as they go by lap traffic now, working through lap traffic rather than get by the 9. 18's up in front of him. Here comes the 12 back here. Dwayne Vincent, man, he's got to close it up right here as they're coming to the white flag this time by. Robert Hall leading this thing, trying to make it happen as he goes by the 18 of Brandon Bowie, who's just trying to make it on fuel, man. Just one more time around, Brandon. You're a lap down. You just bought yourself a lap. I think you can do it now. Here comes the 10. He's going to try and do it. I know their teammates will win, man. I guarantee you both these guys will win this race.
All right, now do it. No doubt about it, man. Teammates or not, comes down to the last lap. I'm going to race my teammate on the last lap for the win, too, man. It's just what racers do.
Absolutely, man. Down the backstretch for the final time. Robert Hall in the 5 comes from second. Now here comes Jeremy Thornton. Look to the inside, turn 3. He's got him. They're side by side. Who's going to get the momentum? The 5 down. They make a little bit of contact. Momentum going the way of the 4, the short way going the way of the 10, but it's going to be Robert Hall. Robert Hall, the 5, with maybe the best move. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about move, but that was defensive, dude, and very good stuff. Robert Hall, congratulations. Jeremy Thornton comes in second. Dwayne Vincent in third. Dylan Duvall, he's going to come in fourth. Looks like Michael Guest out of fuel. Maybe? No, he's close. He got around in fifth. Thomas Lewandowski, sixth. Greg Spears, 7th. David Cater, 8th. Alex Chambrone, 9th. And Chris Orberlin's going to round out your top 10. Man, I tell you, Thomas Smith winds up 16th place. Tough break for him. He ran good all night. But Robert Hall, man, comes through and he steals the show in the closing laps. Good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, man. We were talking about what the strategy was pulling. We didn't think it was going to work, and it didn't. So he's definitely disappointed now. Just
Robert Hall went to do a burnout partner, and it went, and he was out of gas. he chirped the tires. That's about all she had. So he's going to go out there and just run around in circles and wave his arms in the air and scream real loud for us. Man, he should. That was an impressive win for sure, especially, to have teammates up there 1-2. Great stuff. Good race next. All that 90 laps, 180 miles, no caution. Man, I know guys kick these tops for the guys to ding dong all the time. All they do is wreck. Well, here's proof, man. Live on ETV that these guys can go for miles and miles. Great stuff. Congratulations to everybody on a fantastic race. Thank you. From a partner up here in the booth, man, the boss man, Brandon Atkinson, working the cameras out there, the legendary one, the bad boy John West, and of course Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf. I'm the Outlaw Jesse James. We'll see you right here next week on ETV as we roll into Charlotte for second split coverage. See you next week.
Thank you.